Okay, I think we are ready. Ooh, I'm hungry. My stomach. I think we are ready. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Tasha J Mac. I think I hear a plane. Hold on. The longest plane ever. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I'm so feeling good. Like, I feel good every time I turn the camera because I'm just like, I was so inconsistent last year, 2019, and 2018 I was, you know, kind of consistent, but now this year, 2020, I'm trying to get so consistent, literally posting every single week. So every time I turn the camera, I feel so good, so productive, and I feel good because I'm talking to y'all and I'm giving you tips, and let's get right into it. So as you can tell by the title of this video, hold on. Whew. Why do I feel out of breath already? Hold on. Okay, so as you can tell the title of this video, we are going to be talking all things grad school. I get so many questions about from women who are about to finish college, undergrad, and you know, they're asking me if I feel like getting my master's degree was worth it or not. They're trying to figure out if they should, what are the pros and cons. So I'm going to be talking about all of that in this video, so stay tuned and let's get right into it. I'm just going to kind of give you a background of my experience, in a nutshell, my graduate experience, my program, and all of those details. And everything I say is kind of like my opinion, and so just, you know, take everything with a grain of salt and see how it best applies to your life and your future and your career path, okay? So first things first, okay, so I graduated North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride. I graduated from there in 2014. So I attended North Carolina A&T from 2010 to 2014. And I went in undecided because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then my sophomore year, I claimed journalism and mass communications with the concentration in public relations. Now, I did this because I just felt like communications, it had something to do with talking and speaking, and I knew I liked to do that. So I just took it for a shot. And once, of course, my junior year is when I started getting into like PR classes, and I realized that I liked it. You know, I liked creating PR campaigns and growing brands, so I took an interest to that, and I ended up liking it and doing some internships. So then it was time to graduate, May 2014, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do yet, and I felt like I needed to get more experience. I had like 2 internships while I was at A&T, but they were kind of small, so I felt like I needed more experience before getting into the workforce. So that's when once I graduated, I started applying to grad schools, looking into programs, and I did a fashion internship in New York. So I knew that I wanted to go to a big city after graduation. I didn't want to go back home to North Carolina, where I'm from. So I decided to go, I just knew I wanted to go to New York. So I looked into New York schools with PR programs, and I came across New York University, NYU. I saw that they had a good master's program in public relations, so I started doing my research. I found that you did not, I don't know if it's changed, but I found when I went, you did not have to take the GRE, and I am not a good test taker, so I was like, this is it. This is the school I'm going to go to for grad school. Literally NYU, okay, so once I graduated in 2014, May, I took May until January, I was in Charlotte, not doing anything in my major. I was working at like an eyeglass place. So that's what I was doing. I was like, I know I didn't go to A&T to just work somewhere where I'm not using my degree. So like, what's going on? So around December or November, I applied to NYU, the only school that I applied to. I didn't apply anywhere else. And I got in. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So literally didn't have any family in New York, packed out my bags, went to NYU. And that was great. It was cold. I went in, January, the semester started, January 2015. And stayed in a dorm. I stayed on campus my first year just to get acclimated to the area. I stayed on like 3rd Street, Lower Manhattan. It was great. Good years of my life. And yeah, so I attended NYU and I majored in public relations and corporate communications. And it was a similar program to my undergrad, which was journalism and mass communications. So public relations and corporate communications just really focused on a lot of like case studies, like corporations and how they handle PR and crisis management. And that's in really digging into like how to create like the basics all over. So I realized when I got to NYU, A&T really prepped me a lot for grad school. I found that I knew a lot more in PR compared to my other classmates, or just as much. So I felt like A&T really prepared me well, and now was just the time to learn even more and dig really deeper into my career. So yeah, once I attended NYU, got the bulk of my internship experience, as a lot of you guys know. So once I got to New York, I interned at VH1 in their PR department. Then I moved on to, I started at Comedy Central in their PR department. And then I moved on to BET, to their programming department. And then after that, I went to VH1 and they're back to their PR department. So I got 3 major corporation internships in PR. And I would not have gotten that experience if I did not move to New York and go to grad school. So that was just that in a nutshell. And then so once I graduated grad school, it was 2015 to 2017. Graduation was at the Yankee Stadium. It was amazing. My family came. I had to, of course, apply online and write a letter of like interest, which was basically like a letter talking about why I wanted to attend grad school, my career goals and things like that. And then of course you have to send in your transcript from undergrad, and pretty much, and then the application fee. So that's that. Waited to hear from them, a couple of weeks, got accepted. So now that I told you my experience in a nutshell, now I'll talk about just general pros and cons, in my opinion, to grad school. So let's go. Number 1, pro. You meet great people. And I always say, I'm always like, one thing that I pride myself in is having a great network. So a lot of my colleagues, for one, my classmates, okay, I still keep in touch with my graduate school classmates. We still connect and see where everybody is in their careers right now. It's just a good circle to have. And also friends, like I met just so many good friends in New York. One of my friends is coming in town tomorrow, Maya. I met her in New York. I'm in LA right now, but like if I want to go to New York, I have a good circle of people that I can, see while I'm there, and that's just great. And so coming from an HBCU going to a PWI, I feel like it was just, it broadened my knowledge. So for one, of course I had basic geography skills, coming from like regular school, but just being able to befriend people from different cultures was like unmatched, because like I said, most of my classmates literally had just come from China or India. So being able to learn different cultures and try authentic, Chinese and Korean foods, and learning about all types of different people, and actually, still keeping in contact with them, I feel like definitely helps me be able to be relatable in any work environment. I can step into a room full of this race, purple people, green people, and I'll be comfortable because I've had that experience and I've built relationships with people from all types of backgrounds. So grad school was undeniably beneficial when it comes to broadening my network. So that was number one. Number two pro. Number two pro is getting more experience, of course. Like I told you, when I was in grad school, I was able to get like my major internships where I really was hands-on, attending red carpet campaigns. I remember we did the, what was it? Oh, it was VH1, America's Next Top Model, like red carpet. Literally, I met so many people, worked so many great events just doing these internships and realizing that I really like entertainment PR. So had I not gone to grad school, I wouldn't have gotten that hands-on experience. It's kind of like, I feel like, I always say this, I feel like grad school is like a safety coat for figuring it out. So for example, if you graduate college, if you're nervous and you don't have a job lineup, you're not sure if you're ready for a job, or if you're trying to figure out like, why would I get a job somewhere? Why would I get a job in Virginia if I've been in Virginia all my life and I might want to live in New York? You know, so grad school kind of it helps you get that jump. Grad school gave me the opportunity to make that jump to New York and kind of have stability or a reason to be there to see if I actually like the city. So I always say that grad school is just kind of like a good figure outer, you know, if you're not ready to fully jump into your career. Now, if you are about to graduate college and you already have, you know, jobs lined up, your career path looks pretty solid, and you're looking at like how much you'll make coming out of college with that, if you took that job offer, then by any means, like, feel free to take that job and skip grad school. Or sometimes I know your school or your job can pay for grad school. I know I had a colleague, he actually was at VH1 with me interning, but he was working at VH1 and he was also my classmate, and VH1 was paying for him to go to grad school. So that's also a benefit. I just feel like grad school is just that great opportunity to figure out where and what you really want to do. Pro number 4 is credibility. Being able to put that on my resume and even just, you know, in my bio whenever I have a potential client that's looking at me to do PR for them seeing that I actually have a degree. By any means, you don't have to go to grad school to do PR. There's plenty of people that didn't even go to undergrad and they do PR, but me just having that the name behind me and the degree, and like not even just a bachelor's, but I'm showing you that I have a master's degree in public relations. So this means I've spent more than enough years studying what you want to pay me to do. So I'm credible. I have receipts, basically. That's what they call it. So yeah, having a graduate degree, it gives you receipts that you know what you're doing, you have the knowledge, period. So that leads me to pro number 5, which is knowledge. You can never stop learning. I am a student of life and I'm just always learning. I just got my certificate in entrepreneurship from Harvard online. That's in another video. I'll talk all about that. But I'm just always willing to learn, soak up knowledge, and become 1% better every day. I learned that in a book that I read. So going to grad school, you get to be a student and learn more about the career that you're trying to dive in. In PR, in my master's program, I was able to fine-tune my press release writing skills. I was able to see how these corporations handle their press junkets and just different PR skills. I was able to get hands-on experience and study case studies that I probably wouldn't have been exposed to if it wasn't for my professors at NYU. And I was able to create more campaigns and do like presentations in front of the class of a start to finish PR campaign for. I remember I did this one project where I did a press campaign for Trader Joe's, and that just really gave me the confidence as if I was really working or pitching to Trader Joe's. how to grow their brand and revamp and all of that. So yeah, the knowledge that I've gained from getting my bachelor's in graduate degree, it gave me so much knowledge plus confidence, and therefore you're able to thrive in your career. So those are the pros for getting your graduate degree. And now I'll go into the cons, which aren't that many. I would say probably about 3 cons. So the first con would have to be, of course, you already know, debt, okay?
One thing I have realized, that if God don't do it, it just won't get done. It's gonna take a miracle from God. If God don't do it, it won't get done.
Okay, so for me, I got financial aid from my undergraduate years, so 4 years at A&T using financial aid and student loans. And then I got 2 more years at NYU, so using financial aid and student loans. NYU is a private school, so therefore it is already more expensive in itself. So now I have 6 years full of student loan debt, and yeah, that is very much the #1 con. I know a lot of people debate even going to undergrad because a lot of people aren't successful without school. So, you know, to each his own, pick your battles. Sally Mae or student loan forgiveness needs to like come out of the sky soon to save me, because who trying to pay that? Who? #2 con would have to be time consumption and taking, I guess, time out of your career. But like I said, it's worth it to me. I know most people, they're like, no, I'm just gonna go straight to school. I'm gonna go straight out of school and get a job, land a job. But like I said, if you have time to stall, then by any means get a graduate degree. But if you're one of those people that are ready to make money right now, then maybe grad school isn't your thing. So for me, of course, like I said, I had financial aid that helped me stay in the dorm. It helped me with my rent when I moved off campus and stayed in Brooklyn. And had I not been in school, it would have been way more like uncomfortable living in New York. But you know, based on the loans and the scholarships that I got, it really helped me spend that time in New York without having to worry about money. Even though I was, I guess, a broke college student, I wasn't broke, but even though I was a college student all over again and not working and just kind of living off of, you know, like a refund check and doing paid internships but not getting paid that much, it is kind of just a sacrifice, and you have to like keep your end goal in mind. So that's what I did, and I knew once I graduated NYU, then I would be ready to enter the workforce and really get to the bag. So my third and final con about attending grad school would have to be understanding that just because you have this new degree, that doesn't guarantee you jobs. We are in 2020. A lot of people that work beside you or are doing things just as good or sometimes better than you did not go to college at all. They just have a lot of experience and they've learned their way as they go. I kind of was arrogant, so to speak, to think because I went to this great school and I have all these internships, now I would immediately get a job. And that wasn't the case, and it was kind of like a shocking reality. Once I graduated, I was applying to places, no one was really hiring me, and I think it's because they wanted to see work experience, and because I was in grad school and I was just doing internships for like 2 years, it kind of like put everyone else ahead of the curve because they already had real life experience. So that was kind of like discouraging. So that's when I like moved back to Charlotte, and there weren't any entertainment opportunities in Charlotte. So that's when I had to kind of just like figure out where I wanted to go from there. But yeah, I think that's the main thing to realize. Just because you have this graduate degree, a lot of times these days you can do things without a degree, but you shouldn't let that discourage you, because I feel like grad school is a personal decision. If you want to grow personally and professionally for your own journey, don't compare your journey to someone else's. Just because you see this person who didn't go to school at all or just went to undergrad and they have looks like a better job than you, don't worry, because it's your career path. You made this decision for a reason, and you just have to keep going and keep working just as hard, and I promise it will pay off, because the amount of clients that I've gotten or conversations that have started, and just because they see my career experience and that I went to grad school. And NYU is a great school, so for one, that name says a lot. It holds a lot of weight, so I can be anywhere and I'll network with people and alumni from both A&T and NYU, and I can go anywhere and see and connect with alumni from both of my alma maters. So that is just so good. I know I forgot to put that in the well, that goes to back to network, but I just wanted to say that the route that I chose, I don't regret it one bit. I am doing what I went to school for. I'm doing PR for myself, for my clients, and I communicate with you guys. So being able, all those presentations that I did for class projects, and being able to project and talk and be comfortable around the audience, that comes from attending both A&T and NYU. So just getting that kind of experience, it helps me talk with you guys. So I'm using PR and communications in my everyday life. So there we go. If you can't tell, I am a strong advocate for grad school. Let me just put it out there. I encourage everyone, if you are thinking about it, you don't know, I say do it. Of course, go with what you want, go with your first instinct, pray about it. But I'm definitely, anytime someone's like, grad school, should I? Yep. PhD, I don't know. My mom wants me to get my PhD, but I don't know, maybe one day. I'm never gonna say never, because like I said, I like to learn. But for right now, I'm good with my 2 degrees and my Harvard certificate. Well, I hope this video gave you some kind of direction or answered any questions that you may have had when it comes to grad school. If you are thinking about it or you're attending grad school right now, comment below. Let me know all about your experience, and if you're trying to figure it out, contact me via my website. I have calls on my website that you can do, like a coaching call, so you can figure out, okay, if I go to grad school, what's this roadmap look like? I can go through that roadmap with you and figure out the best next step for you. So yeah, go to my website. I'll link it up here, so you can go ahead and check me out. And any other questions, feel free to comment below, hit me up. I'm here for you. And let me know what else you guys want to see. My next video will probably be talking about my Harvard online certificate and just all those details. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, you guys. I told you that 2020 is a year of consistency. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, 2020 is a year of consistency. I got y'all all year long, weekly. We are doing it. So yeah, see you in the next one. Keep being great. Keep being you. May God bless, and mwah.